Alright, ladies and gentlemen, today is Tuesday, April 14th. Happy birthday, Dad. My dad's not watching this, but it's his birthday, so happy birthday, Dad. So today we are working on orders of operation, which, if you've noticed, I've been putting those into the challenge questions as the challenge portion of the challenge questions. But now I'm going to have that as content that I expect that you're starting to understand. So orders of operation, remember, it has what we call tiers, okay, or layers. And what you want to look at is parentheses first, and you keep working through parentheses until the parentheses are gone. And then if there are any exponents, which I'm not going to give you exponents in 5th grade, maybe on the challenge question. And then multiplication or division, not multiplication and then division. So you would see from left to right, whichever one you encounter first, you solve, and then rewrite the problem with that answer. And then if if there's another multiplication or division, solve that one, and you keep going down. And then when all the multiplication division's done, then you finally add or subtract from left to right. So let's look at the first one for Tuesday. 54 minus 200 divided by 4. So 54 minus 200 divided by 4. Right away your brain wants to say, you can't take 200 from 54. But orders of operation tell us that this is the first thing that we want to do. 200 divided by 4. So 200 divided by 4. How many 4s are in 200? So we have 200 divided by 4. How many 4s are in 200? Well, there's 5 4s in 20. Nothing left over. And 4 doesn't go into 0, so there's 5 10s or 50. So now rewrite the problem and you get 54 minus 50. So that answer is 4. Cool. Now we have the second one. We have 5 times 15 divided by 3. Now multiplication and division are the same importance or priority, and you are just going to go from left to right. So the first thing that we see is multiplication. Okay, so 15 times 5. You could figure this out any way you'd like. Lattice method, traditional method, mental math. So 5 times 5 is 25. 5, 6, 7. 75 divided by 3. So now you have 75 divided by 3. We'll put this one in the house. How many 3's go into 7? 2. What's left over? Well, 1, it didn't go in clean. Bring down the 5, it goes in 5 times. So your answer for number 2 is 25. Number 3 is a little bit more difficult. We have 32 divided by 2.3 plus 1.7 times 3. So we actually want to add first here because it's in the parentheses. When you add decimals, you want to make sure to line up the decimal. So that comes out as 4. And rewrite the problem. 32 divided by 4 times 3. I know we don't necessarily want to rewrite the problem, but I'm telling you, you'll get so many more right by rewriting the problem. So this is the first thing that we're going to do because it comes first from left to right. And everything stays in the same order. When you rewrite it, you keep it in the same order. So 32 divided by 4. So how many 4's go into 32? 8. Counting by 4's, and you hit 32 exactly. So after you take away 8 groups, there's nothing left. So now you want to rewrite it again. So now this whole thing right here, which turned to that, is now an 8. So we have 8 times 3, which is 24. So that final answer is 24. If you got them right, good job. Congratulations. I'm proud of you. I'll have questions like this, at least one question like this on tomorrow's challenge questions to kind of keep you fresh. Okay. Now, for tomorrow. Tomorrow it says you evaluate the expression. All that means is, so a variable is whatever letter you choose to throw down, and it represents an unknown amount, unless we tell you what that unknown amount is. For example, if I say 3 plus Sammy's age equals Mr. Stahl's age. So I could put S plus 3, or S plus 3 equals M. But if I tell you what S is, like S is 28, well then you could plug in 28 plus 3. Now you could find the answer. So 28 plus 3 is 31, so then you'd figure out, oh, must be 31. So what you're going to see on tomorrow's question, it's exactly that. They're going to give you a variable like M divided by 0.3, and then they're going to say, okay, and M is equal to, and I'm not going to put the same numbers tomorrow. I'll say M is equal to 1.5. M is equal to 1.5. Now solve. Well, I know what M is, so I'm going to rewrite it with M. 1.5 divided by 0.3, and we have to put that in a house. The first number goes in the house. Second number goes on the outside, or the divisor. Now let me clean this up a little bit. Are we allowed to have decimals on the outside? No! So we have to get rid of that decimal. Move it over 1. And if you move that one over by 1, you have to move the other one over by 1. So now, how many 3's go into 15? 5. So that answer would be 5. And then same thing for the second one. 3.5, or 3 1/3 minus x. Oh, and x is equal to 5/6. Okay. So now just rewrite it as 3 1/3 minus 5/6. And then your last question is Luke is 4 years younger than Zoe. Misha is half Luke's age. Let Z be Zoe's age. Write an expression that would help determine Luke's age. That's super confusing, right? All it's saying is turn that into a number math sentence. You don't know Luke's age. You don't know Zoe's age. You don't know Misha's age. But you could take that and you could, if you want, you could do 2 separate math sentences. That's fine. Do one for Luke and Zoe. Do one for Misha and Luke. And then, so all you're going to do is write an expression, or 2 expressions is fine. And then the bonus is try to figure out how old Luke is and how old Misha is if Zoe's 16. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Good luck. And I think we broke our record on how many people are working on the challenge questions. Thank you for that. You are appreciated. See you tomorrow.